Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. We made it through the storm of the century. Oh boy, but we got more coming. Uh, oh, we were soaked. I found a nice little spot not too far from the road that's dried up a little bit, but the rest of it's a swamp and a mosh pit in here of mud and wet sand. So the sandy roads are still flooded with puddles. You got to kind of weave in and out and around. There's a lot of spin out tracks. uh, but it's been an adventurous morning already. I'll tell you that right now. I was just looking at something. Sorry. I pulled in and I saw like this coming out of the grass. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I said, oh, turtle. I come over, and all of a sudden, as I'm trying to get to him because he's in the grass, uh, about 4 giant blackbirds swooped down on him. So I chased the birds away, got one of the rangers to come over. I flipped him over. Looked like he got attacked by a coyote. He has a little tooth hole, a big one, about that big, in the top of his shell behind his neck. And then they tried getting him by the tail and the leg. Uh, but P.S. He's okay. Sat park ranger guy and I sat here, one of the workers. We were sitting here for like 3 hours with him. The phone was dead. Sorry, but I didn't think you wanted to see a bloody turtle. He was not in good shape, so tried cleaning him off with some paper towels. He had ants on him, fire ants, so I tried to get most of the fire ants off of him. Now we've been watching him, and about 10 minutes ago, he's in the grass, about 500 yards away from the thing under the tree he's eating. So he's moving pretty quick. So he just was stunned. When they flip upside down, they lose their bearings. Like it gives them vertigo, kind of. When you flip them upright, it takes them maybe half hour, 45 minutes to, you know, get together so they can, and then they start walking. He's moving really quick. So they're going to keep an eye on him. He was actually headed towards the maintenance guys anyway, so that was a good thing. He's going in the right direction. We poured some water in the grass, made a nice little puddle for him. So, save the turtle from the birds. First responding just doesn't stop, does it? Um, and I think I'll be doing the same for myself probably this afternoon, late this afternoon or early evening. Can't go too late. I'm telling you that my right hip is hurting a lot, and the last 2 days, wow, it's hurting more than a lot. I can't even to have my shirt touch my skin right here. That's why my pants are down, and there's nothing on me right here, about the size of the palm of your hand. I can't even touch the skin. Oh, screaming. I also found someone had left a comment about the skin cancer. That's what this big guy is right here. I got him all over, hundreds of them, by the way. I look like a leopard or a jaguar with spots all over, more like a leopard. Um, all over my back, from my shoulders all the way down my back. I have those great big spots everywhere, and they're starting to crowd around from the back into the front. But it's tender, it's swollen, so it just could be because of the spot. But when I push down through the pain, the bone hurts. So I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's This is day 3 of this, and it's not getting any better like the right hip was. So I know it's moved into the bone. I can tell that right away, but I just don't know why the skin is so sensitive. I'm not sure if it's from the skin cancer itself or what's going on in the hip. So what I'm probably going to do is, still breathless, having trouble with this. The bronchitis is gone, but it left me worse than I was. Not that there's any greatness. This thing is losing the little screw thing is like, it's not getting tight anymore. It's leaving me breathless when I talk, and I can't get that back. I also can't take as deep a breath, so it did a little damage. Plus, this is advancing anyway, so what I'm thinking of doing is cutting out the middleman. My doctor is booked solid, and he said, if it's still hurting that bad, he said, just go to the ER, tell them I'm on vacation, or I didn't have an open appointment. Just go there and get everything done. It'll take me about 4 or 5 hours. Hopefully they're not too busy. I try to get most of my scans in before the tourists show up. If not, you're in there with everybody who's trying to water ski for the first time, falling off jet skis, doing crazy stuff, renting motorcycles. There are a lot of broken tourists in the emergency room, a lot of broken bones in the emergency room with tourists over the summer, so it's kind of hard to even get in there. But if I go too late, I won't be able to get the MRI. My pants touched me. Ow. It sucks. Just this little piece of cotton. Oh, man. So, yeah, probably going to go tonight. Do that around 5, 6 o'clock while everybody's on their way home. I'll leave before rush hour. I was putting it off. I should have went 2 days ago, but I thought maybe it would just stop on its own and get better. It felt okay this morning, but as I started waking up, so did it. I can't twist. I can't turn. Every time I move, it's your arm. Everything is attached to your waist. From here up, anything you do, just this is actually hurting me moving it, besides the material of my clothes touching it. It feels like a really horrible, worst sunburn or burn you've ever had in your life. Just remember that. And a bruise and a broken bone all in one condensed spot. So it's probably 2 things at once. Probably cancer in the hip on this side now, and that skin cancer spot. But no, I don't have them removed. I don't touch it. The more you touch it, the more it spreads, and they keep cutting it off and cutting it off. I started with one up here. I'll never do that again, ever, never. And at this point, it doesn't, it didn't really matter with all I have wrong. Cancer everywhere. It was stupid to start cutting the skin cancer off. I went to support groups with the Cancer Care Center for about 3 years. And I watched this woman with the skin cancer, and no way was I having them touch my nose. If you notice, I have little, looks like dirty spots on, like brown patches all over here, and my nose. No. After what I saw this woman go through with her foot, I was not having them touch my face. I don't care. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't save me. So at that point, it's just unnecessary cutting. You know what I mean? It's not worth it if you know there's nothing they can do. Just leave it alone. Because the more you mess with this stuff and the more you touch it and the more you cut it, nuh-uh. My father lasted 33 years leaving it alone and just doing what he had to do and stopped all the operating. He went for one operation. That shit spread so fast through his body, it was ridiculous because you never get it all. My mother went through and she finally stopped with the operations because they never get it. It's always, it's just in every cell of your body. So even you got a little bitty spot like that, it's already out to here from over here. One little dime-sized spot, it's already gone this far through you. So my best advice to everybody is leave that shit alone. Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. My dad lived for 33 years dealing with it. And once it's in that deep into you, they're just making money off of you. And that's all I got to say about that. So, get your opinions, get your stuff done. But everybody in my family left it alone and they lived for over 30 years with it. Slight inconveniences from here to there, you know. A little bit of chemo, a little bit of radiation. You do what you got to do. But I'm just babbling because I really don't want to go. It's not that I don't want to go and go through all of it. I've been pushing off the inevitable because I got to go, and I got to go in July. I was just hoping to wait till July, you know. But this is hurting way too much. I can't even lay on this side now. I got to know. I have to know now what's going on just for my own sake so I don't hurt my leg and overdo it or something new, you know what I mean, that we weren't expecting, because that seems to be the number one rule with this is it's always the unexpected, you know, and nothing on us is normal, nothing by us follows the rules by the book. We are complete unknown entities as of what's going to happen to us next. So that's the hardest part is every time I go thinking it's one thing, we end up getting sucker punched and finding out it's something else. You know, so that's where the head is at today. We still got some more rain coming, but the bad news that we got, and I ain't not looking forward to this, hell no. Today, it's supposed to be up to between now and Friday. We got a heat wave. Summer's here. That's it. It's over. If you're coming south, you better bring your shorts and a freaking carload full of ice. Texas is going to be up to 109 degrees. From 97, 100, 105 to 109 in certain sections. We're going to be on the 100-degree mark, around 97, 98 degrees, Friday and Saturday, and probably pushing into Sunday, and they're lying again. They always lie on the weather down here. Just remember that. Take it with a grain of salt. Watch the skies yourself. Or get yourself a good radar app. You don't need the local news. Just get a radar app and just keep track of the rain because they lie like a rug. Because they want you to spend that money, buy $200 to go to Disneyland and, you know, have it rain all over you. They want sales to go down. People change their mind. They don't go to the beach, you know. That's the one thing they do down here that I don't like what they do, but then again, it is TV. So, I'll let y'all know what happens later. I gotta get everything charged up. This is still charging right now. And we got good sun today. Everything's drying out, which is good. Orlando got soaked. So if you're going to Orlando or Miami, they're flooded. Miami's flooding, so if you're going down there, they were moving cars into parking lots and garages last night, trying to get the cars up off the road. Because so many electric vehicles, the flooding down there gets to 3 and 4 feet deep, which is going to hit the battery, the lithium batteries on the electric cars. So if you're driving something electric, stay out of Miami. Learn there's flood zone maps. Okay, if you look up for Florida, so if you're driving something electrical, you know, keep an eye because this is the rainy season, and the farther south past Fort Lauderdale that you go, the more it floods. Okay, and Miami is just turns into a swimming pool with only a couple of inches of rain. They got 2 inches of rain and 3 feet of water. You know what I mean? They don't drain well down there. I don't understand what the problem is with Miami, but they are a mess down there. Starting to yesterday, thank God. If it would have kept raining today, they would have had like a state of emergency. They probably would have had more than 4 feet of water down there by this afternoon had it not stopped. So check your flood zone maps, get yourself a good radar app, and enjoy Florida. um, Anything else new? No, I think that's it. I fixed the leak in the back. It was a piece of the alien tape where I had a curtain back here stuck on that it was like a little valance, little tiny curtain, those kitchen window curtains. It was too thick. It wasn't allowing the hatch to close. It was a little too puffy, the alien tape. So watch that if you're near any door jams or stuff like that. So once I ripped it, it took me all day to get that off. Let me tell you, once that stuff is stuck to metal, forget it. It doesn't want to come off. And plastic, especially being in here and cooking like an oven, that stuff was baked on. So it took me about a half hour to get 4 squares about that big. That's it. Like a little cracker size piece. I pulled so hard, I thought the whole thing was coming. It actually ripped in half and I almost went flying backwards into the grass. So watch that stuff. It's tricky, but yes, it works good. Just remember, wherever you're going to put it in the heat in your car, it's going to be there forever. Okay? Just remember that before you stick that stuff somewhere. Up north, probably not so bad, but down here in the heat, forget it. Once it's there, it's there. It's like crazy glue. Okay, that stuff in the heat down here. And that's it. Cleaning out the van, opening the doors, trying to get some air on in here. Maintenance is busy. They're cleaning up after the big veteran festival. And how cool was that personal flyby? That was excellent. That was the best thing ever. That was so cool. I had just talked to her the morning before, a couple of women running the place over there, and a couple of the men. And I met some nice people again this year. And I told them to keep my channel on the QT. You know, I didn't want it all over the place, kind of thing, because I didn't know who was camping out with those guys. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, first thing in the morning, they had just landed that helicopter, and I missed the landing when they first came in the morning. About not even 10 minutes after I put up the thank you to everybody, thanking everybody that I had met, the post up. 10 minutes later, the chopper starts up. I hear the blades going. I said, oh, I guess they're leaving already. Maybe they were just doing like like a little show for the kids, you know, because it was right around lunchtime or morning. So all of a sudden they picked up, they headed right for the car. They weren't too far away from me. I was going to go over and get video, and then I heard them starting. I said, oh, all right, let me catch them up in the air. And next thing you know, they came right over, all waving at me out the window and the doors. I was waving back, and then they just flew right back and landed in the same spot. They just popped up right after the video went up, came over, waved hello, and went back and landed again. That was pretty cool. I went over, I thanked her for that. I got it. I told her I got it on video. I'll post it in a little while. So, that was pretty neat. I like that. That was nice. I should have asked for a ride. I've never been in a helicopter before. I've been in a teeny tiny propeller plane, which I did not like at all. But I wanted to do the helicopter ride. I was trying to find some of the helicopter rides. They have the old Vietnam era Apaches down here, helicopters and the gunships and stuff, the real antique ones, you know, and these guys give you your own tours. I don't know, since about 2017, I've been trying to make a reservation to do that. It's only like $100 for a half an hour, 40 minutes, like. And every time I go to do it, Richard made the reservation at the hotel because he was getting a discount on it. One of them had incidents. It was like one after the other. No matter what helicopter it was, it's the wind down here, the patterns are very strange, especially, you know, out in the Caribbean here. And you get a lot of downdrafts that give the helicopters a hard time. That's why they fly so fast. The slower that they fly, like these scenic guys, you can't take people on a scenic tour doing 70 miles an hour. You're not going to see anything. You're just going to see a blur on the ground. So when the tourist helicopters are flying very slow, they're susceptible to the downdrafts of the thing, and a lot of them crash. They have a lot of accidents down here with those tourist ones. And 4 times we went to make a reservation, and either that night or the next day, there was a situation over beachside. So finally, Richard said, look, every time we've tried to do it, there's been an accident or they had to make an emergency landing. I think this is the Lord's way of telling you, stay the hell out of the helicopter. He said, you already went parasailing. That's good enough. Leave it alone. Now you know what it's like to hang from a parachute like your daddy. Let it go. So I keep thinking about it, and I should just let it go. I think I should just let that one go. But you guys have a great day. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to rest up, trying to get everything cleaned up from sitting in here for 3 days. Stuck. Yesterday was a day and a half. It just rained. It was 24 straight hours of downpours. It was crazy. You could barely open the windows. I'm just getting everything starting to charge now. So I got this charged up first because I need my phone. That's it. We're at 25 minutes. I don't know how long it's going to take to get up. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's early. I just got to the park and found the poor turtle dude. And so I'm going to make a sandwich, have some lunch, and you guys have a great Taco Tuesday. And when you're in the parks down here, you got to watch the grass for the turtles, okay? Because if you hit one of those, let me tell you something. We protect wildlife better than people down here, okay? Forget about it. If you run over one of these giant turtles, I cannot tell you the amount of crap storm you will be into besides a great big fine. So, when you're hanging out in the campgrounds or you're hanging out in the state parks or anywhere there's a lot of grass near a lot of bushes, watch the grass while you're driving. Drive slow on the grass. If you hit one of these guys, they don't like it. Okay, they do not like it. So watch the grass. Have a good day. Get a weather app. Love you guys. Happy Taco Tuesday. I'm out of here, and I'll let you know what happens tomorrow with this. Okay. If they're too busy, I'm not going to sit there for 15 hours. I'll just wait it out. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll post something and let you know whether I'm in there or I'm waiting. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.